Obliged.
All right, welcome in everybody. It's another edition of At the Buzzer for your what will be a Wednesday when you see it, a Tuesday night for us. The Lakers are down 5 to the Suns, and as you know, this is the Mo Money Sports Network. I am Mo Money, my co-pilot, as always, the one and only the bistro of basketball knowledge. Gee, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing better than I thought I would be tonight, so I'm grateful for that. And I know I'm in for a treat when it's a Laker lowdown kind of night, so I'm also pretty excited for
Oh,
that.
Oh,
Uh,
and I've been telling you all week that I wanted to start with the Laker lowdown, but
this is it.
I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna say first and foremost, do you have any questions about the Lakers you'd like me to answer before I go into my rant mode?
Yeah, primarily about JJ. I guess if I had to pick one, it's we had a conversation the other night about leadership and kind of and I'm not saying this as a leading question or a knock against him. It was like this could be going in JJ's favor of leadership. Do you think being a player and a respected player at that, as well as having media savvy for this day and age, like that's not nothing? And he's one of those guys that probably won't ask you to do anything he wouldn't do, which is, I think, a huge sign for basics of leadership. Is he the guy for you and the Lakers this year?
I like what JJ's done. I think JJ gets a little bit too much credit for what the Lakers do, but I like him in the pilot's chair, if that makes any sense. He might get a little bit too much love for the record. He might get overindulged here and there. But
But do you
is he
think he
the right?
got what it takes?
Huh?
Do you think he's got what it takes? Like, if we're in an old saloon bar, are you betting on that guy to come out ahead of the other one? Like, you know what I mean? Are you putting your bet on that guy to win the fight at the end of the
No,
night?
no, because I can think of five coaches who I believe are who can outclass JJ, if you will.
And in the Wild West, so to speak, is he the
Yes.
fastest gun? Is he the trusted
No,
gun that
he's
you
not.
need? He's no
No,
Steve
he's
Kerr. I'll,
not.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He's no Steve Kerr. But
Oh. See, now you got jokes. Steve Kerr is going to be the. I'm going to say this
they're
before
probably the most
I
winning
had a
coach of all
Laker
time.
unscheduled. But I'm going to say this before that gets started. Steve Kerr is the most overrated Hall of Fame head coach there will ever be in the NBA, probably next to Tyronn Lue.
You gotta be, yeah. I don't know. That we'll get to that debate when it comes.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a future episode. But
Hmm.
do I put JJ in that class? No, I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't even
He's
know
gonna have
if
to work to change. He's gonna have to work to change my mind.
let's say it was a poker night, right? Everybody knows poker night. Let's say it was the Van Gundys, both of them, JJ, um, Phil Jackson, and uh, Mike Malone. Do you think JJ is going to win in that poker game that night
Absolutely not.
five times out
Absolutely
of
not.
10? Probably like,
Because
yeah.
I think at least three of those coaches. I would put JJ comfortably at number 4 on that list. And here's how the list would go: Stan Van Gundy at number 5,
Yeah.
JJ Redick at number 4, Jeff Van Gundy at number 3, Phil Jackson, nope, Mike Malone at number 2, and Phil Jackson at number 1.
Okay. And this is
I
based on pure
I think that's a
coaching or
pretty.
who's going to take your money in poker? Because,
Who's
both
gonna
could be
take?
the
Oh,
same
who's gonna
thing.
take my money at the poker table?
Well, I'm
It's
I'm not saying that
it's
it's the same because it could be the exact same order in that sense of how I was asking the question, but it could be completely different order too on how you interpret the question.
I think I think of all people that if we're talking on a poker level, I think Stan Van Gundy wins all my money
I was gonna say I
because
think Stan takes all of your money.
because because to be honest, he just looks like the most shifty guy in the world.
He's the one that could actually play 3D chess when we were joking about the Mark Cuban thing. I feel like Stan can actually pull you along believing like he's just the dum dum, like like he
That
could just be
he's
like
He's
affable.
Uncle Phil in the Fresh Prince playing pool against the old poo shark, and he goes,
Like
"That's just
yeah,
a practice shot."
yeah, and then it turns out he's been drawing you along the entire time. He's done this a million times. Everybody's just waiting until he takes your money as the next victim. You know
So am
that's
I
yeah.
comfortable with JJ in there? Yes. Is he going to be the guy? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he might be the guy that
JJ
you
might
take
be
the
the
money
guy
from.
before the guy. Any other questions before I dive into my Laker rant?
Well, let's ask real quick then, who's got heavier shoes right now if they're, starting to get a bit of concrete on them, so to speak. Mike McDaniels or Jaden or JJ Redick.
I would say I would have to say JJ Redick just based on the fact that it's the Lakers. Because, and the reason I say that is because as a member of Laker Nation and a proud card carrying member, as you know I am, uh, we expect nothing but the best, and
Hmm.
that doesn't matter whether you're Luke Walton, that doesn't matter whether you're Rick Westhead or JJ Redick. We expect chips, and when you don't deliver chips, that water can rise above your head pretty quickly in LA.
That's it. That's exactly it. And
Is that
when,
fair?
well, just look at our last guy in Milwaukee there. He's gone so fast I don't even remember his name, Adrian Griffin.
Adrian Griffin. I like how you sneak that in to take a little shot at me every time.
I'm not that's not a shot. That was almost like a
A
warning for
comparable?
JJ. Yeah, like, hey man, here's this guy who's winning a bunch of games, but they didn't have confidence in because he just didn't seem like whatever. We won't get into that side of it, but
Yeah.
JJ, there's no reason that
He's
he should
along
be
the same
safe.
lines.
Okay,
But
let me ask you this then, as the last question before you get the Laker lowdown started, then Laker related. What kind of record would they start off with that would necessitate a early season firing of JJ? Not that I'm wanting this. I'm just
oh no. It would have
trying
to
to
be bad
get a
for that.
taste of the temperature here. Because what if
How many games am I spanning this record out?
let's say what's LeBron going to be out 15 games?
They'd have to go about six and or no, they'd have to go about 4-11. The leash isn't that bad.
I don't feel
They'd
like
have to
that's
really
unreasonable though. They could go 4-11, especially without LeBron to start.
they could. They very well could, but I'm just saying I think he has more of a leash than people think. Even though I just said the cement thing is a year-end result. You're asking for a quick hook, that's about 4-11.
We're going to make note of that, and then without further ado,
Well, without further ado, here's your Laker lowdown from the Laker legend himself, Mo Money. Um, we're either gonna have a lot of problems or we're gonna be really good. And as I mentioned to you about 30 seconds before we went on the air, the Lakers are already turning into the biggest sideshow in the NBA.
hold on, let me get my popcorn.
And here's what I mean. Not only do we have LeBron and Bronny, who I still don't think Bronny's an NBA caliber player, personal opinion. But you bring in DeAndre Ayton, who looks for the first 3 games of the Laker preseason or whatever it's been, looks motivated. but also doesn't give a political answer when he's asked about his teammates, and now he looks like an absolute ding dong. Sorry, DeAndre, I know you're playing well right now, but that's not my point here.
Yeah, you got it. There's
Uh,
certain things. It's like Tua. Yeah.
we have a guy in Austin Reeves who's going to be a potential all star, or is an all star, who we don't know what his status is going to be come the trade deadline. Also, and this is the one that's been grinding my gears for the last 3 days, Dalton Connect. Now, I'm going to defend my boy here because I know he hasn't had the greatest preseason. But we, as the Los Angeles Lakers, used a first round pick on young Dalton Connect. And the problem herein lies, and I believe this more and more with every passing day, you don't want Dalton Connect, so you just wasted a first round draft pick. I believe Dalton Connect to me is a younger version of Jonathan Kaminga in the sense that they don't know where he fits on the team. And the fact
Yeah.
that they traded him and then took him back, and now with everything that's going on, you're trying to say like Dalton's going to be a part of the future. You don't even want the player. You don't want the player. Now
No.
here's the good. Here's the good that the Lakers are having right now. The good is Luca's looking shredded. Luca looks like $1 million. For the first time, he's coming to camp in shape. And I'm not saying that entitles us to anything. I'm just saying it gives us a chance to get off on the right foot. Also, the LeBron injury might be an accidental positive for the Lakers in the fact that Luca can run unit one, Austin can run unit two, and you'll have at least a consistent scoring presence on both those units.
Do you think that's
But
what they're gonna
man,
do?
huh?
Do you think that's what they'll do? Something tells me they'll start
I
Austin.
I don't think that's what they'll do. But if I had my way, that's what they would do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm that's what I'm telling you.
Because yeah, who's gonna
Now,
be the scoring off the bench? Yeah.
I've said this all year and all summer long. And I'll say it again. The Lakers could be really, really good, or they could be an absolute train wreck. And judging by the look on your face, G, I think I know which way you're leaning. But I have to look at this logically because a motivated DeAndre Ayton, as my boy Maluch there takes the floor for the Suns. Uh,
Oh, that's an interesting piece actually. Yeah.
a motivated DeAndre Ayton, which it looks like, and I use this term loosely because it's the preseason. He's been looking pretty solid since he's donned the purple and gold. Doesn't mean anything till next Tuesday, but
Hey,
I'll take my positives where I can get them. G
no, it's a you know,
and
yeah, I got jokes, but he's not stuck in his driveway, so that's good.
no, he's not. Not yet. Not yet. And notice I'm saying that very emphatically.
And
Not yet.
very yeah, very, very, very true. And this could be the year that steady improvements
And
for all of us, including DeAndre.
and one more thing about this Laker lowdown,
Oh, you can have as
and
many
I
as you want.
purpose and I purposely saved this for near the end of this rant. Mr. LeBron James, do you have a moment? Because it is not 2003. It is not 2010. Good sir, it is not even 2019. Good sir, it is 2025. You are 41 years old. You are the best player of your generation. You are a certified Hall of Famer and an absolute legend. Now, G knows what's coming because G knows me better than that. But you, sir, are the biggest waste of space right now. At 41 years old, who just wants to sit and cause a distraction for the first month of the season. And here is my point. You threatened us. You threatened the Los Angeles Lakers with if you don't win in October and November, I want to trade. My message to you, good sir, is you do not have the power that you once had. Nobody's reaching out to you for an extension 3 months before the season started. You are 41 years old. And if I could package you and Bronny James to Washington for something, I might look into that. Because you have not only put yourself before the team, you have contributed to the sideshow, and the first game of the year hasn't even started yet. And here's the thing, if we win, here's what you're going to say. Oh, I knew we had a championship pedigree, and I'm just here to add to that, and I don't want to take any thunder away from anybody else. You'll give us LeBron James treatment. And if we lose, I can already hear it. I can't do this all by myself. I don't know what you all expect me to do. This isn't a part of my legacy. I'm not chasing anybody or anything. I'm just doing my best to be LeBron James. Well, piss on you, LeBron. If you don't want to be here, get to LAX. We'll send you somewhere. Because that $54 million, you forget that's a big part of this. That $54 million, we can use that to replace you. And my
Mm,
message to
mm.
Laker Nation, if you think I'm being a bit harsh, this guy for the past 22 seasons has held all the cards. And for the first time in his career, he does not. Sir, you play for the Los Angeles Lakers. You think we can't find another star to replace you? Pack your bags, get on a flight, and how does that song go? I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. We don't need you to come back, LeBron. If you don't want to be here, get to stepping. How's that for a Laker lowdown?
Man, it leaves me with a question. It leaves me with one ringing question in my ear. Who would want LeBron?
That's my point. You notice we didn't come to him with an extension offer.
I think he's yours for the year.
That but I'm just saying you can't threaten us like that.
He will, but he just will. Like, he'll. What if he's a Kaminga for the year? Just, kind of just sits and bitches and plays half-assed and stuff until uh,
Well,
gets so sick of
that's
him he
on
don't
him
play
because
him.
it's his legacy. It's not. If he does that, it's a disservice to his legacy, and for a guy who's all about legacy, you'd think he'd figure that out. Now, I'm sure Carter Maverick and Rich Paul have been in his ear already, thinking like, if the Lakers struggle, we can get up out of here. Guess what, LeBron? We don't have to trade you either. But if
I
you
don't
don't
know if
want to
you
be
can.
here,
I don't know if you can trade him.
but if but my point is, if you don't want to be here, LAX ain't that far from the crypt.
And but here's the whole thing is back to that is, let's say he wants to go. He's already put out two things from the agent saying, if we're not good, I'll leave. He's put out this ridiculous Hennessy ad with the big decision thing. Is it going to be what you said at the outset of that, of like just a big sideshow because he's like, trade me, and they're like, for what? Who's gonna give us anything for you? Look at you.
At $54 million, we'd be lucky to get anything.
And so suddenly it becomes, okay, well, I'm just going to be a distraction for the year. and it's like you could see him almost being like, I'll exploit it for my own gain, make some big games, put in a 50-point game when it suits me. Otherwise, just kind of ride it out with Bronny and Co. And that's
I
fine, but I think it would be tough to have a non-cynical locker room if that was going on.
you know what I would do in that situation? I would say, okay, LeBron, you want to be a sideshow? We're gonna pay you your money. But if you want to be a sideshow, we'll pay you your money. But listen here, you do not get to dictate the terms by which you're gonna play. If you're if you're gonna be a distraction, we will send your ass home.
But isn't that just
And
like
you
paying
can
them out?
and you can watch the games on TV like everybody else.
So are you
Because
saying
our
you'd
mission
pay
here
them
is
out
to
like
win.
you'd pay him out type of thing, like DeAndre Ayton just got paid out or bought
No, no,
out or
no.
whatever it is?
No, I'm saying, look, I'm not gonna play against you. I will pay you. I will send you home. You will still be a Los Angeles Laker. But if you're gonna pout and you're gonna cry and you're gonna be a big ass
Who
baby,
who's keeping him out of that arena?
my guy,
Especially the way that, he's not a rookie anymore. Now he knows how to throw his weight around. Who's keeping him out of that arena?
who's keeping Mr. Walter is a very, very, very influential human being. If Mr. Walter said, I don't want LeBron in the building,
But who's more powerful than Mr. Walter? Not
it ain't
LeBron.
LeBron
No, no,
James.
no, no. One thing is though, you, Laker Nation. And if Laker Nation wants LeBron to be in that arena, I'm sorry, Mr. Walter, but even a dead man gets booed if he crossed the people's champion.
But his power is gone, and he's not the people's champion.
But in many
He's
Los Angelinos' eyes, he's become that. So I'm just speaking for uh, the Lakers nation that does love him as such. They're going to make sure he stays in the arenas. I'm just saying, for the sake of the crest, you got yourself a problem.
I would rather trade him, but if I have to, I'd just keep him out of the building.
I don't think
Because
that's an option.
if your focus ain't on winning, I don't want you around.
I agree, but I think the best you could do is probably just hire a family member of his and try to get him to be happier and less of a distraction. Oh wait, that's Milwaukee. Never mind.
That's Mo. Anyway, the Laker centric part of this podcast is now complete, and now we can talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hey, it's good transition. He's another drama queen that sort of
Or should
decided
we
to make
talk
it.
about Alex Antetokounmpo? Is that better?
Well, I think there's three brothers signed to the team now, and two more available just in case. The Raptors might be taking a similar note by trying to steal Alex Sarr from the Wizards, maybe by hiring his brother to steal a game from them in Washington. Uh, that was pretty fun on a buzzer beater. That was the at the buzzer of the week for me, watching the
That
Raptors
was
take that.
cool. That was cool. What do you think about the Raptors preseason so far?
It was nice to see Grady Dick come around. He scared me that first game there where I was like, oh boy,
Oh,
something was not, you know, clicking.
well, that's why I stood
It
up
was,
for Dalton because I'm like, dude, you can't treat this kid this way and then expect him to move mountains for you because
yeah, but
everybody's
something
going to lose
popped though.
motivation.
But eventually, like all of us, you have to decide, okay, no, I'm going to take responsibility for my own motivation. While that was a gut punch, I'm going to go average 25 in the summer leagues, show DK's for real. He went and averaged 1 point during the summer league. It's like, All right, don't be that
Yeah,
butthurt.
Dalton might be too soft for the NBA. I don't know, but
Grady
I
Dick
had to
stepped up
defend
though.
my
Yeah,
guy
yeah. Hey man, everybody needs someone in their corner, and I'm not gonna
because I've
argue
seen
against that.
Dalton play much better than what we've seen recently.
Yeah, the downward trajectory is never what you want to see for anybody, and you don't want to read reports of that because I'm just basing off what I read report wise on him. But in terms of the Raptors, man, number 9 draft pick, I almost lost it. I almost blew an absolute gasket. He went out with an elbow contusion in the second quarter, I think, of the Washington game.
Hmm.
No big deal, right? Like everybody's just like, hey, he's not coming back. Little something, something. To me, no. And I was like, what do you mean, no? I mean, no. You don't get to go out of the game for an elbow contusion.
A bruised elbow
Whatever.
is
No.
essentially what it is.
Yeah, it's just the answer's no. You're supposed to be tough and grits guy. You're a number 9 draft pick in the best league in the world where the athletes come to feast upon greatness. We're building a culture of toughness and grit because you can't shoot the three. We know that. You can't, do all these things, but you're supposed to be made of metal and you eat, you're tough. You're not leaving the game for an elbow contusion. I'm paying you money for
It
this.
bruised elbow. It's okay. You can.
Which I don't know. I guess that's what they called it on the broadcast. But I was just like,
But see, that's the
that's
problem.
so
And
soft. That's just so soft, man. And it's not his fault. It's not it's the NBA as a whole. It's like, do you watch football? Do you watch any other sport with professional
well, the
athletes?
NBA used to be about toughness.
It's just
Used to be.
anyway. Yeah, you can't be 20 years old, be able to heal in like a second, and then be like, but not this preseason game.
But see, this goes back to Kawhi. This goes back to Tony Parker and Kawhi.
Doesn't it all go back to Kawhi? Let's get this straight.
Well, how do you miss 9 games with a thigh bruise, or how do you only play 9 games with a thigh bruise? Tony Parker legit tears his quad and is back before the end of the year.
You know what? I just realized something might be really big occurring behind the scenes that we're not even aware of yet. What if, follow me on this here, Kawhi was never really injured? What if this,
Oh,
what if load management emerged from shakedowns of Aspire and other things like Uncle Dennis was involved in, and Kawhi and all of his load management has always just been about strong arming uh, secret backroom deals. And when he's getting paid, he plays. And when he doesn't, he doesn't. It's simple. You pay the man, board man gets paid. And what if all this load management shit started emerging because people are like, yeah, they're right. We gotta, it started putting all this science around it. They're like, yeah, they're genius. They're fucking genius. Nope. He was just part of the mob and he
well, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. Because what would have happened? Like,
I saw
I
somebody
don't
in the
normally,
comments pointing that out in the Pablo thing,
I
and I
don't
was like,
normally put on. Oh, speaking of comments, can I say this on the podcast? I'm gonna say it.
"Hmm,
Mark Cuban, please,
keep talking.
please be quiet.
Keep talking. Yeah.
And that's as far as I'm gonna go with it because I don't want to be, or I'm gonna put allegedly in front of everything I say after that point. So, Mark Cuban, just please stop talking.
Here, I'll say it for you. He proved something that I've always wanted to prove to people that after I found out about it, and it was what I alluded to in one of those comments is thank you, Mark Cuban, for single-handedly eviscerating the idea that billionaires are smarter than the average person.
And I
They're
don't
not.
normal, and I don't know if because I never give other podcasts plugs on here, but I will in this case, and this is for a very specific reason. If you have not discovered Pablo Torre Finds Out, you're in for a treat. You go check that out.
Here's a free hit for him. You better find out before he finds out about you.
That's a good point. Pablo Torre is the man. But
Yeah, but isn't that like, Michelle Obama once said that too. She's like, you see all these big boardrooms with all these fancy suits and all these things, and you think, boy, yeah, these people must just be on a whole nother level than me. Big, big swingers, the biggest people in the world. And she goes, then you sit in one of those meetings with these people and you realize 90% of them are no smarter than you, and they've just been able to be in situations that have allowed them to be, you know what I mean? It's like Mark Cuban proved that when you watch, and that is, he's so far out of his league, but he acts so smart. This is kind of the thing. Not every billionaire is some kind of genius. A lot of them are just power players and good at it.
and
And
that's what I mean. Cube,
thank you,
please.
Pablo, for
For
uh,
the Cube, I've been on your side for a lot of things on this podcast. A lot. Please make my life easier and be quiet. Please just
I
put the
mean, or
Twitter down.
you can come around to the dark side over here and say, hey, if you're just all hot air, it's time to let the air out of the balloon. Keep
Anyway,
it
the
keep it
Clippers.
coming.
Pablo keeps coming with the information, and that's good for him.
Yeah.
Um, what do you make of all of this? This is
Ah, it's outside my pay grade,
unprecedented.
obviously, but yeah, I love the people behind it. Like just the YouTube comments, like we're reading some of them to each other and stuff. It's more than anything, it makes me feel unified with the average day person because we're all going, this is horseshit. Of course this is horseshit. Look at all the work that this guy has done, Pablo, to prove that this isn't clickbait. Like he spent must have been years and thousands of dollars to do this research over like
You're missing the point, G. You're missing the point.
yeah, it's the Cuban defense of all time is just distract, revert, but that's maybe the whole
You're
point.
missing the
My
point.
my take on all of this is that Pablo did the work and it's providing so much fruit. It all began with a tree. It all began with the tree.
This reminds me of what one of my favorite wrestling podcasters said one time.
Mm,
He said, "You better be careful of the lies you tell about a note taker because they take notes."
yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
And
And
Pablo doesn't come to the table unless Pablo's got his facts in front of him.
that's for sure. And it was really interesting watching somebody as successful and likable in general, sometimes not Mark Cuban, uh, come in with that lack of respect. It just shows
Yeah,
kind of like if you underestimate your opponent that much, even after he did that much work and showed it to you, I don't know if I trust your judgment on anything. You know, why would you trust the guy that came to a gunfight with a fork?
Luca's numbers in his debut, by the way, just
Yeah,
dropped from the NBA app. 25, 7, and 4 for Luca Doncic tonight.
that sounds about right. What was the win or loss?
They lost,
Against Phoenix?
but as I said, it
How
is what
did
it
how
is.
did how did Malowich do?
I will pull that up for you in just a second. Keep talking, G.
Preseason might not really mean much, and I agree. But for the little things, for guys that are growing into the league, like the Wizards when they blew it in overtime on that last one there, because they were already celebrating that they'd won with point 0.8 on the clock and the ball not in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
it those little things actually do jump out to me because it's like, okay, they made a big mistake there, but this is what preseason's for. Let's see if they fix stuff like that as the Wizards. Are they going to be a bit more mature next time that they have a win almost sealed up? Uh,
You wanted Maluch's numbers?
or just, yeah, how
17,
do you,
8,
yeah.
and 2
Oh
in
my
31
goodness.
minutes.
That's pretty darn good. Holy. I'd love to see him be rookie of the year. Not really, but from a human
Oh,
level.
man.
Yeah.
I just realized Goodwin now plays for the Suns and not the Lakers. I knew he wasn't on our team, but I was wondering where he went.
Hmm. I don't know what the Lakers roster is gonna have beyond. Anyways, all will be revealed. Is
But
there
hey,
any?
DeAndre had 10, 13, and 1 as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But anyway, is there any other situation in the NBA that you desperately want to talk about at this point in time?
Hmm, let's think about that for 3.5 seconds. Mm, Um, but maybe back to the Lakers for last sort of review. When I looked at all the players that the Nuggets picked up, do you do you foresee a competitive chance with the Nuggets this year?
Do I see the Nuggets being competitive?
No, no, I mean the Lakers being competitive with the Nuggets. When I look at like the Bruce Brown, the Valanciunas, Hardaway, uh, they added like five guys of like
It it
reasonable.
depends. It depends because like the Lakers, like
Everything okay?
sorry, like
Go
the
ahead.
Lakers, the Nuggets have every one of those players you're talking about has question marks that come with them.
Hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see how well they mesh together. Remember, Jonas didn't even want to play for the Nuggets this year. He was going home. They
Yeah,
had to give him more money just for him to stay in Denver.
yeah, that was a weird situation. I don't know what if he had already decided he was going home before he got traded, right? Because he was on the Wizards.
Yes.
So I don't know
So
what
he
what that whole
clearly
thing
didn't want to
was.
play for the Nuggets.
No, no, I mean like he had already. I think I don't know that for sure, but I think he had
Or
decided to
maybe he
move
didn't
when it
play
was
in the
he didn't want to
NBA at all.
play. Yeah, he didn't want to play for the Wizards, and then he got traded, and they're like, "You're going to Denver," and he's like, "Oh, but I was gonna leave," and Denver's like,
And
"No,
they gave
we."
him more money. I don't
Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing was, but he's back. He's looking good. He was.
but
He,
that's what I mean. Do these guys going to be able to play and are their heads going to be in the game? I'm
oh
not
boy,
so
I
sure.
tell you what, Bruce Brown's head was in the game. Guy played like he was.
Denver's one of those cities that really intrigues me going into the NBA season.
Yeah, pull if you have your computer thing up, pull up their roster because I think there's another one or two random signings that they added.
And is Aaron Gordon's body going to be able to hold up for 82 games?
Yeah, he's looking good. He's back and playing. I know he sat out a couple preseason games, but
No, that was more a tongue in cheek thing because he said we need an extra day off before the finals, as if one day's going to heal his hamstring.
oh
You know,
yeah, yeah.
but
He's a
that
true
that was kind of
competitor.
like that was like a tongue in cheek thing about Aaron Gordon because he's just I didn't like that he said that.
Hey man, he's at the bottom of my list for soft guys.
But 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 Denver intrigues me. They really do.
So, yeah, so
Denver and Dallas really intrigue me
mm,
because I want to see
Dallas,
what
yeah.
Cooper Flag. You know what's going to be the best is that first Dallas game is at 6:30 on a Wednesday night against the San Antonio Spurs.
Hmm, that should be pretty good.
Wemby versus Cooper Flag.
Yeah, and you see that clip of Cooper Flag's scary dunk? He landed kind of awkward, scared the hell out of everybody. Like his leg kind of went out on him as he landed. It's
Oh
like,
no.
and it was a nasty dunk too. It was like, oh, and then the leg goes out, and it's like, yeah, stuff like that, man. Yeah, you never want to see for somebody that young, but I think he's going to be something special for the first season here to watch.
Well, I'm happy standing on the dock, so I'm still gonna wait my 25 games, and I'm gonna see what Cooper's got.
Yeah, that's fair. We put you on
Uh,
the shoreline. You're not on the boat. That's fine.
that's okay. That's okay. I can be late to the party. It's fine.
Yeah. Do you
You
think
know,
what's worst
I'll
case
I'll just
scenario?
I'll
Not
just
for
gaslight everybody like Cuban does.
man, like boy, what in his mind was like, you know what? People will understand if I just talk more.
No, that wasn't a thing. That was not a thing. All
Like
right,
who do you
G.
think's
Here's
got
another
the
question that we're gonna have some fun with. Who ends the regular season with the worst record in the NBA?
I was pretty much gonna ask the same question. Okay. Like who's most likely to, or who's a fun random pick that could be
Let's do both. Who's the fun random pick and who's most likely to?
most likely to have worst is probably Brooklyn
I was
and
gonna say I was gonna say Brooklyn. So
and
we're
boy,
on the same page there.
the funniest
The
probably
funnest one
Phoenix because it's just doubling, it's just piling onto
is
Ishbia,
just doubling down.
just one fatal mistake, just destroying this guy's
Doubling
entire
down on the
dream.
absurdity.
Yeah, just dead last. Booker doesn't care, dead last.
You know who I
I
think
don't know
would
why
be
it's
the
funny.
funnest one? And this just might be me being biased, but the funnest one for me would actually be the Golden State Warriors.
It's when you say
Only
that.
because to watch their umpire crumble in real time and see the reaction of the Warrior fans would be
Uh,
something special.
no, I don't know why you did that because you know the rules of karma, and I don't think Lakers Nation's gonna appreciate this because the curse you might have just put on them is that fate coming true for you
I'll take my chances.
because they ran the
And I already
simulations.
and I already said they could be a train wreck to begin with. So
What if Golden State ends up in the finals and the Lakers end up in the bottom four?
if Golden State, with that roster construction, with all the problems they have, can get to the finals, good on them. Okay?
They got Curry.
If 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 they can do that, they'll get one of these. They'll get the old John Cena salute. But I don't think they're gonna go to the finals.
I read a
They much
headline
like
on
the
NBA.com that said they ran some kind of simulation with the numbers guys, and Golden State ended up in the finals.
I don't see it happen. There's too much drama in Oakland, or excuse me, San Francisco
Didn't you see the
for there
headline?
to.
Jonathan Kaminga is at peace. GQ. He was looking
It
good in
doesn't matter.
GQ.
It's
He
in
was
the
looking real
past.
good in GQ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Jimmy
really
Butler's all rested. Draymond's already complaining about the referees and giving LA Lakers too many free throws. Did you see that headline?
I did not.
Oh, I gotta send that to you then. Yeah, Draymond's already got it going.
Dre's in midseason form, is he?
He might only have one form, and that's the
He
good and the
might only
bad.
have one
About
form.
yeah, and that's it, right? Man, do
All
you
right,
think
my
there's going to be
guys.
an
So
issue? Just on a random note, at the end of the Kansas City Chiefs game on NFL, there was a bit of a skirmish that led to a larger brawl. It was a big national TV game. He got 1 game suspension. Uh, I thought it was kind of funny in the sense that obviously this guy Juju Smith had been talking that talk, talking that talk, talking that talk, and came in for one more fu,
yeah,
and the dude's like, "Nah, not not today," and just slapped him right upside the head, knocked him over on national TV. Kind of funny, not great. I wouldn't want to be the guy that got hit, so I can't say that's obviously a good thing. But uh, in NBA terms, do you think we're going to have an issue with this, like the Draymond stuff? Do you think there's going to be an issue with physicality or uh, skirmishes or anything like that?
uh, you know what? I'm gonna say two things, and they're gonna contradict each other. One,
Uh,
I don't think we're gonna see it. I think we've reached a point. I would hope that people just go, ah, that's just Draymond being Draymond, and they
it
let
might
it
not just
go.
be Draymond. It could be Dylan Brooks. It could be one of those
No,
Detroit.
no. But what I'm saying is, I don't think we're gonna see it because I don't think people will react the way they. I'm hoping that the shenanigans are over. But I will say this: it would be more fun if I'm wrong.
Just saying, yeah. As much as they're like, oh, we can't have that.
It would be more fun if I'm wrong. Is
Just a
that
little
fair to
bit.
say?
Yeah, I think sportsmanship is essential, but I like completely sterile,
But the
non
feud is
like
essential.
we gotta have some tension. Otherwise, it's a non excitement type of atmosphere, you know. So there's a fine line. But I was curious at your opinion. What did you think on the Kansas City thing? Was that obviously it's fighting
Here's the
words, like
thing.
that's going to start a fight anywhere, but
It was the first time I was afraid of the Kansas City Chiefs all year.
oh yeah, they smoked them. It was like we're back, so I could see why the other
And
team's like
that's
pissed,
the
like
thing.
bah.
As far as the fight goes, you know what it was like? It's like your little brother who
Oh,
knows
it's like
he's
you
not
pushed him
winning.
too far. Yeah, you pushed your little
Yeah,
bro too far and he snapped.
he
Yeah.
knows he's not winning. He knows he's not gonna, be whatever. But he's gonna come and he's gonna smack you because he can, because you pushed him too far for too long.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
the
it's like
Detroit Lions did yesterday or on Monday night. Or they just got
yeah.
pushed too far, and they're like, "We're not going to take this, and nobody's really going to come down on us." So here you go.
And yeah,
That's
completely
my take on
understandable
it.
both ways. I could see why you're talking that talk if you're Kansas City and Juju Smith, but if I'm the little brother that just got provoked too many times and that was the end of the game thing, and this dude has the audacity to come up to me after he already beat me in the wrestling match to get me, nah, snap.
Well, I the way I compare this is like it's like the basketball. It's like in the NBA when the team's up 18, right?
Yeah.
And the clock's winding down, and there's 2 seconds left, and you're standing at the 3 point line. Now, standard protocol says let the clock run out and just take the dub. But every once in a while, you get that guy that's up 18 and just has to put up that three to put a little salt in the wound. And Detroit decided they weren't going to take it. And
You know what? It's because it's Detroit. You don't do that to Detroit in
no,
general, in any sport. I just realized
malice
like
at the
that,
palace, baby.
like, and the one time LeBron decided that, he would push like he always does with that most people is like a little extra here, a little extra there, a little jab there, maybe a bit of this. And Isaiah Stewart snapped and chased him two times around.
It's hard to believe that we're almost an hour into this thing, G. Do we have any other pressing NBA issues, or are we ready to do to the week this thing?
Let's do it.
All right,
This is
my
when we'd
due to
have
the
some
week,
sort of theme. Yeah.
huh?
That's when we'd have some sort of theme graphic and song. I'm just reminding myself to put that in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave
Working
that
on it.
stuff to you. Due to the week for week number 2, episode 2, season 3, and this is gonna be another one where you know it might be a little something something, but the fact that you know everything, all the smack talk that I've talked about, you know, DeAndre Aiden, and I know this is kind of a preseason trophy I'm giving him, but to have 2 solid nights back to back when I've doubted this guy's credentials and not only his credentials but his will to do something, to be that something. And he's kind of answered the bell at least for the preseason. And it might be a preseason award, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. DeAndre Aiden, this week you've earned, and this is the keyword, earned the dude of the week.
Man, yeah, that's nice. I think anybody that can be in his corner right now, even just a little bit, it would actually go a long way. So I hope that in some universe or way that he does pick up
And
on
I
our
will even
support.
say this. I will even say this. I hope it's not your last dude of the week that I'm able to give you.
That's it, man. I think there's probably so little of that going on for him right now in general from, you know, everybody's expectations are for the negative. So anybody that's got the positive expectation is probably a really good thing for him right now.
Well, he's put back to back solid performances together, and I wanted to acknowledge it.
Hey, man. I think yeah, it's a solid pick. I got nothing wrong with that. You might have something wrong with mine though.
Well, is it Steve Kerr? Whoa,
No, but it's too short for names. Mark Cuban.
that came
Said
out of
it
left field.
said it at the beginning. Say it again. For single-handedly eviscerating the myth that billionaires are smarter than the average person.
Almost the second greatest quote of all time behind Michelangelo telling the pizza dude, never pay full price for late pizza. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Ooh, I like that. That has a positive nostalgia twist to it. But on the genuine note of the Cuban thing, I like it made my day of watching somebody legitimately go in with this like I don't know what his intentions are, I don't know what his background, but he was willing to sit across the table from somebody that he completely disagrees with and different worlds, different everything, different ideology, blah, 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 blah. And they were kind to each other in a respectful way. They got a good debate in, and it was like there wasn't much personal beef with it. There was enough to have that
Right,
tension,
and there shouldn't really be.
but the beef was natural in a way that's like, yeah, if you have that much, oppose it. But it wasn't in a I'm trying to like destroy you kind of way. And I think that's actually a huge deal, man. It's kind of like what we're talking about when we are shitting sometimes on NBA teams and stuff too much. It's like uh, coming in with a bit more positive attitude and not being as judging stuff. It takes a lot. So for
Well,
him to at least
well,
be open to that, props to
the,
Cuban and Pablo.
And that's my whole thing with Nico, right? Like at some point you got to stop piling on. Like that's all you're doing at some point. And I like you. I give Cuban a lot of credit because he didn't have to go into Pablo's studio.
No, and like I said, he does not make himself look good, but it wasn't like he was out there to hurt anybody intentionally. It's not like Pablo was trying to hurt him intentionally. It was just uh, a very brave thing, maybe stupid, but brave and bold thing to do.
And
So
and that's why I brought up the Nico Harrison thing again because
yeah,
I just want to point out, despite my own personal feelings about the trade, it took a set, man, to make that deal happen. And for that, Nico, you get all the kudos in the world because I don't know how many guys would have made that deal. So
none.
so
Like I
I'm
don't
not
think you can find
attacking
one.
I'm not attacking Nico here. I'm giving Nico credit for having the stones to make the deal
Yeah,
because
and wearing it.
I
Yeah,
don't know many people
accountability.
that would have. And it's a, and the parallel with Cuban is I don't know how many other influential people would willingly walk into the studio and have a head to head with Pablo Torre.
And he had to know on some level that he might be made to look fairly stupid, and he was okay with that. And I think that's actually, why he gets my dude of the week is like, because it's all good, man. We're all gonna look stupid at some point, so let's continue to just mix it up
Yes,
together. Let's keep mixing it up
and we
and see
have
what
to have
happens.
dialogue because without dialogue we get violence. And
Uh, Clip that.
I will always choose dialogue first,
Boom.
right?
No, yeah,
Bigger
man.
picture.
That's it. That's exactly it. Let's keep the conversation going, as they say, you know?
Keep the conversation going. Well, it's been a fun hour here at the buzzer, and as I always end these things,
Mm.
um, until next time, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. And while I'm here, we've discussed this, and just as a shout out to my buddy, so he knows I'm thinking about him. Roll a Mac on YouTube. That's where you'll find his music. Just thought I'd give him a quick plug on the podcast. No, he didn't ask me to do this. He doesn't know I'm doing this as well. But it would mean a lot to me if you'd go check him out. He's a very talented dude. And yeah. So Roll, we're thinking about you. You have the support of the At the Buzzer team. And keep
Mm.
those hits coming, dude. And like I said, until next time, 4G, I'm Mo Money. May the ego come from a place that keeps you humble as always. Mamba out.